What happens when the people who are supposed to protect you are the ones you need protection from? For a long, long time in American history, a police badge was like a shield that could deflect almost anything. But a handful of violent, tragic, and undeniable moments forced a national reckoning. These aren't just tragic stories. They're turning points. This is how the fight for justice in America, case by painful case, forced the laws themselves to change. To understand how deep this goes, you have to look way back. In the American South, some of the very first police earthquake. The ruling confirmed that you could sue a state official in federal court for violating your civil rights, even if they were also breaking state law. That one decision dusted off Section 1983 and turned it into the single most powerful tool for holding government officials accountable. It didn't just give the Monroes a chance to fight. It opened the courthouse doors for millions of Americans and became the bedrock for almost all modern police brutality lawsuits. It's October 3, 1974, in Memphis, Tennessee. Police get a call about a burglary in progress. An officer, Elton Hyman, gets to the backyard and sees a suspect scrambling to get away. The suspect This time, the revolution wasn't started in a courtroom. It was started by a guy with a home video camera. George Holliday was woken up by a traffic stop outside his apartment and started filming what he saw, the brutal beating of Rodney King by a group of LAPD officers. The footage was undeniable. While more than a half-dozen officers were on scene, the video clearly showed 4 of them swarming King as he lay on the ground, hitting him with batons and kicking him over and over again. The video hit a local news station and went global in a flash, sparking pure outrage. It was shocking, visual proof of what so many communities had been screaming about for decades. The 4 main officers in the citizen journalist, proving for the first time that a simple home video had the power to expose injustice, force a national conversation, and make sure that what happens in the dark can be brought into the light. On May 25, 2020, the whole world changed again. This time, it wasn't a grainy home video, but a crystal-clear cell phone recording captured by a teenager. What it showed: the murder of George Floyd in Minneapolis as Officer Derek Chauvin knelt on his neck for over 9 minutes, became one of the most watched acts of police brutality in history. The public anger wasn't just a spark this time. It was a global wildfire, creating unbelievable pressure to change the system itself. The protests that erupted were on a scale the world hadn't seen in generations. This led to the immediate firing of all 4 officers and a murder conviction for Derek Chauvin, a verdict that is incredibly rare for an on-duty police killing. The public outcry also pushed lawmakers to act. Congressional Democrats introduced the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act, a massive reform bill that tackled issues activists had been fighting for years. So what was in it? A lot. It aimed to ban chokeholds and no-knock warrants in federal drug cases. It tried to make it easier to prosecute officers for misconduct by changing the legal standard from needing to prove an officer acted willfully to just recklessly, a huge difference in court. The bill also took aim at qualified immunity. Justice. The fight isn't over, but it stands on the shoulders of these turning points.